Once upon a time in the kingdom of Oluwole, there was a very powerful king named Adeola. His kingdom was very beautiful, with tall trees, colorful flowers, and rivers that sparkled under the sun. Everyone in the kingdom loved King Adeola because he was kind and fair to all his people. King Adeola had only one child, a son named Prince Adekunle. Prince Adekunle was a chubby little boy with a big smile and a heart full of laughter. Everyone adored him, and they knew that one day he would become a great king just like his father. But when Prince Adekunle turned 10 years old, something strange happened. He started sneaking out of the palace at night, and things began to disappear from the homes of the people in the kingdom. At first, no one knew who the thief was, but soon rumors began to spread that it was the prince himself. You see, Prince Adekunle couldn't help himself. He felt a strange urge to take things that didn't belong to him, even though he knew it was wrong. And no matter how much his father, the king, tried to stop him, the stealing continued. The things Prince Adekunle stole were not just valuable items like gold and jewels. He took things that were priceless too, like family heirlooms and precious memories. People whispered that he must be cursed, for only a curse could explain why a prince would behave so badly. Despite the accusations against his son, King Adeola refused to believe that Prince Adekunle was capable of such wrongdoing. He loved his son more than anything in the world and would do anything to protect him, even if it meant ignoring the truth. So the king ordered that Prince Adekunle be overfed in the hopes that it would stop him from sneaking out and stealing. But instead of helping, the prince just became fatter and rounder, making it even easier for him to steal unnoticed. As the rumors continued to swirl and the thefts grew more frequent, some of the victims of Prince Adekunle's crimes demanded justice. They called for the prince to be punished, but King Adeola refused to listen. He couldn't bear to see his son suffer, even if it meant turning a blind eye to his misdeeds. And so the kingdom of Oluwole found itself caught in a difficult situation, torn between loyalty to their beloved prince and the need for justice. Little did they know that Prince Adekunle's journey was only just beginning, and that the true test of his character was yet to come. As the days passed, the king's order to overfeed Prince Adekunle was faithfully carried out by the palace cooks. They prepared the prince's meals with extra portions of delicious food, hoping that it would satisfy his hunger and keep him from sneaking out to steal. But no matter how much he ate, Prince Adekunle's urge to steal only seemed to grow stronger. Before long, the prince's round cheeks became even rounder, and his belly protruded like a watermelon. He waddled around the palace, struggling to move under the weight of his own body. Yet despite his immense size, Prince Adekunle continued to slip away into the night, returning with stolen treasures, clutched tightly in his chubby fingers. The king could no longer ignore the truth. His son, whom he loved dearly, was indeed the thief plaguing their kingdom. Prince Adekunle would sneak back into the palace under the cover of darkness, bringing with him trinkets and treasures stolen from the homes of their subjects. It pained the king to see his son sinking deeper into the darkness of his compulsion. Meanwhile, the people of Oluwole grew more desperate for justice. They came to the palace bearing evidence of Prince Adekunle's thefts and demanding restitution for their losses. Some were repaid with gold and jewels from the royal treasury, while others received promises of compensation in the future. But no amount of gold could repair the damage done to the kingdom's trust in their prince. Queen Adesua wept bitterly, her heart heavy with sorrow for her son and her people. She begged Prince Adekunle to stop his thieving ways, to think of the honor of their royal family and the dignity of their kingdom. But the prince could only hang his head in shame, his eyes filled with tears of helplessness. "I'm sorry, mother," he whispered, his voice choked with emotion. "I don't know why I can't stop myself. It's like something takes over me and I can't control it. I don't want to bring shame to our family or our kingdom, but I don't know how to make it stop." The queen's heart broke at her son's words. She knew that Prince Adekunle was not a bad boy, but a troubled one, struggling with a burden too heavy for his young shoulders to bear. She longed to ease his pain, to help him find peace and redemption. But as the thefts continued and the accusations grew louder, the queen knew that they could not keep ignoring the truth. Prince Adekunle's compulsion was tearing their family apart and tarnishing the reputation of their kingdom. If they did not find a solution soon, they risked losing everything they held dear. Queen Adesua could not bear to see her son suffer any longer. She knew that they needed to find a solution to Prince Adekunle's compulsion before it destroyed their family and their kingdom. With a heavy heart, she turned to her husband, King Adela, and pleaded with him to seek help from wise counselors and healers who might know how to break the curse that plagued their son. King Adela, though torn by his love for his son and his duty as a ruler, knew that the queen was right. They could no longer ignore the truth or pretend that everything was fine. Their kingdom was in turmoil, and Prince Adekunle's compulsion threatened to tear their family apart. With a solemn nod, the king agreed to summon the kingdom's most revered counselors and healers to seek their counsel. The counselors and healers arrived at the palace, their faces grave with concern as they listened to the plight of the royal family. They studied Prince Adekunle carefully, examining every aspect of his behavior and demeanor, searching for clues to unlock the mystery of his compulsion. After much deliberation and consultation with the ancient texts and mystical artifacts of the kingdom, the wise counselors and healers came to a troubling conclusion. Prince Adekunle was indeed under the influence of a powerful curse, one that had taken root in his heart and mind, driving him to commit acts of theft against his will. But breaking the curse would not be easy. It would require a great sacrifice, one that would test the strength and courage of the royal family to their very core. The counselors and healers explained that in order to break the curse, Prince Adekunle would need to confront the source of his compulsion and overcome it with the power of love and forgiveness. The king and queen were willing to do whatever it took to save their son, even if it meant facing their own fears and weaknesses. Together, they vowed to stand by Prince Adekunle's side and guide him through the darkness that threatened to consume him. And so, with the guidance of the wise counselors and healers, the royal family embarked on a journey of healing and redemption. They delved into the depths of Prince Adekunle's soul, confronting the demons that haunted him and finding strength in the bonds of their love for one another. It was a long and difficult journey, filled with trials and tribulations, but the royal family never lost hope. They knew that with faith and perseverance, they would emerge victorious and break the curse that held Prince Adekunle in its grip. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Prince Adekunle began to change. The urge to steal that had plagued him for so long slowly began to fade, replaced by a newfound sense of peace and purpose. He worked tirelessly to make amends for his past transgressions, reaching out to those he had wronged and offering restitution for their losses. And with each act of kindness and forgiveness, Prince Adekunle's heart grew lighter, and the darkness that had clouded his soul began to dissipate. But despite his progress, Prince Adekunle knew that the journey was far from over. He still had much to learn and many challenges to overcome. But with the love and support of his family by his side, he was determined to face whatever the future held with courage and grace. And so, as the sun set on the kingdom of Oluwole, casting its golden rays over the land, the royal family stood together, united in their determination to overcome the darkness and emerge stronger than ever before. For they knew that as long as they had each other, there was nothing they could not accomplish. However, just as they thought their troubles were finally behind them, a new threat emerged from the shadows. Rumors began to spread throughout the kingdom of a powerful sorcerer who had taken an interest in Prince Adekunle's plight. It was said that this sorcerer possessed dark magic beyond anything the kingdom had ever seen, and that he had been watching the prince's struggle with great interest. At first, the royal family dismissed the rumors as nothing more than idle gossip. But as strange occurrences began to plague the kingdom, crops withering, livestock falling ill, and strange symbols appearing on the palace walls, they realized that there was something sinister at play. Desperate for answers, King Adeola and Queen Adeswa sought the counsel of the wise counselors and healers once more. Together they delved into the ancient texts and mystical artifacts of the kingdom, searching for clues to the sorcerer's identity and his intentions. What they discovered shook them to their core. The sorcerer was none other than a former advisor to the king, a man who had been banished from the kingdom years ago for practicing dark magic. Consumed by bitterness and resentment, he had sworn revenge on the royal family, vowing to destroy everything they held dear. But there was something even more sinister at play. The sorcerer, driven by his thirst for vengeance, had cursed Prince Adekunle to start stealing as a means of revenge for what the late King Adeola's father had done to him. Now that the prince had been healed, the sorcerer saw an opportunity to fulfill his dark purpose and destroy everything the royal family had worked so hard to build. As the sorcerer's dark magic swept across the land, threatening to engulf everything in its path, the royal family stood firm, their hearts filled with courage and determination. With the help of their loyal subjects and allies from neighboring kingdoms, they waged a fierce battle against the forces of darkness. In the end, it was Prince Adekunle who emerged as the true hero of the kingdom. Drawing on the lessons he had learned during his journey of redemption, he confronted the sorcerer with compassion and forgiveness, offering him a chance to repent for his sins and make amends for the harm he had caused. Moved by the prince's words, the sorcerer's heart softened, and he renounced his dark ways, pledging to use his magic for the good of the kingdom once more. With his help, the royal family was able to banish the darkness from their land and restore peace and prosperity to Oluwole once more. And so, as the people of Oluwole celebrated their victory, the royal family stood together, their bonds stronger than ever before. For they had faced their darkest fears and emerged triumphant, proving that love and forgiveness were the most powerful weapons of all. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell in order to be notified when another video is being posted.